Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Payback Bites. Apex 2 by Chris McInally. This is the 2018 sequel to Apex. Welcome to an all-new day of Author Appreciation Week. This time we're looking at Chris McInally's work. Check out my previous review for Deep Black. Let's begin. The plot. Strange things have been happening in the Everglades, like creatures being munched on and disappearing after their corpses are observed, and animals migrating onto a golf course. What's going on? How do we handle the situation? Call Haley Benson from the first Apex. That's the ticket, that's all you gotta do, right? So we move to the Everglades with an all-new creature. At first it may be a bit hard to swallow because it's not a shark this time. It's a whole different creature. But given the title, Apex, it makes sense. The first Apex followed a mako shark in a salty lake. This time it's something entirely different, which is understandable given the setting. However, they don't rule out that it could have been a bull shark. No, this is a new creature. Not even a real creature. One that Chris McInally made up. Hold on, give me a second. Machaerodontus Carnifex. Not to be confused with Machaerodontini or Machaerodontant, which are more feline-based animals. What we're dealing with here is an amphibious fish, almost snakehead-like, with orange eyes, saber teeth, and webbed spinal fins. It's something you really don't want to mess with. So our characters will inevitably mess with them. Haley Benson, the marine biologist from the first book, returns to deal with the new threat. She's a really great character. She's going through PTSD over all those people that she knew were killed, and she's having a hard time coping with it, still having nightmares. Here's a good way to face her fears. But she is begged and blackmailed by her colleague, Dr. Alex Scott, to go along with the mission because he needs her. But in reality, he wants to help her get back on her feet. Dr. Alex Scott is a herpetologist who, like I said, guilt trips more so than blackmails Haley to come and help out. Anthony Jackson. It's a weird name, Anthony. It's not Anthony, it's Anthony. A game warden who wants what's best for everyone and the environment, mainly everything in the Everglades, is a great character. He's an African-American, I don't know why I have to bring that up, but he's the one black guy who stumbles upon a star attraction. A huge alligator. Massive. Big buck, and his smelly corpse that was on the golf course after one of the Carnifex attacked it. And that sets things in motion. Sheriff Walter Crawford. He's the law around the area who doesn't believe the group. He's a grouchy old-timer, but does have a change of opinion halfway through. Of course he would. Talia Mohan. Alex's assistant, who isn't letting on to the fact that she's harboring an ulterior motive. I mean, she seems genuine enough at first, but then later in the book you're like... Demi, the extreme activist leader of Raw, returns from the first book. Her pink hair is now green, and the pudgy bitch sets out to do more harm than good.
That we don't want them to die! That there are some people here who do care! So I want you to know that, Trees!
There are some other characters, like William Bill Cassie, who is the owner of the golf course, but there isn't much done with him. It's strange, yet kind of understandable. You would think he'd be the mayor from Jaws stand-in, but he is barely a concern. It's also a reasonable decision, given that this is Chris McInally's longest book, and in that he has a big story to tell. The story, this one, is about 225 pages. Not that long, but it's his longest book. One that's not an anthology. I'm not sure how long his anthologies are, but yeah. I love the setting of this book. The gorgeous descriptions of foliage and other greenery really help to make the book feel almost as if there's a warmth coming off of it. This is fitting given it takes place in Florida. McInally really brings class to his books, especially in terms of writing style. he doesn't shy away from descriptions or the harder words. It's really commendable, especially because they aren't written in a way that makes it challenging for the reader. The sentence will make sense, and the harder words are just there to help sell the authenticity. They are hard words made understandable in easy sentences, if that makes sense. The book is around 250 pages, actually. Given that the Kindle version is 270 and the paperback is 225 or 230, it averages out to 250. And it does feel a tad long at times. That's not to say that you'll be uninterested. More so, the descriptions, while understandable and within reason, become a bit repetitive. Haley's auburn hair, Christie's, I think that was her name, red hair and freckles, Talia's jet black hair, Demi's green hair. It was a bit overdone. It's annoying, but I appreciate it at the same time. It helps me to remember characters' appearance if they hadn't been mentioned in a while. But for a few of them, it was a bit much. Like, we get it. Anthony is black with a bright smile. Let's get to the good stuff. The gore! This is one viciously bloody book. One guy is almost torn in two like a wishbone. From underwater, nevertheless. Heads are bitten off, mangled bodies are found, gushy gunshots litter the action-packed pages. There's even a shocking and sadistic throat slit. Frenzied and ferocious, the carnifexes don't stop no matter rain nor shine, water or land. They'll keep coming for you. There are a few scenes that take place outside in the rain, and it's actually quite scary. One woman is being eaten alive while her lover helplessly watches, and she mouths the words, "I love you," while simultaneously blood spills from her mouth. Savage as hell. The scenes on the golf course during the lightning storm are just atmospheric, man. I love it. The creatures can go really far inland too. Or inland, however you want to say it. Proposed film score. Max Arouge and Stefan Thum, who composed Crawl from 2019, the alligator movie, would return to the series if I were to have it that way. They could offer some southern flair and Cajun charm, and it'd be great. Violins and other eerie instruments would have to be implemented, much like the first book's possible movie, especially in the as-before-mentioned lightning and rain scene on the golf course. An intense drumbeat would be perfect as people flee from the fishy fiends. Overall, this is currently my favorite book by Chris McInally. Despite some minor gripes, this works in such an effective way. The thing with McInally's books is that he takes an ordinary setting and does something uncharacteristic with it. Here, an apex fish takes over, and all the creatures in the mangroves and swamps and other parts of the environment head inland. It's realistic touches like that make me really appreciate and believe what the author is trying to sell. Whether it be a saltwater fish in a lake, a flux in a timeline, a mutated creature, or on a seemingly abandoned vessel, or even a megalodon in the sea. McInally always has something up his sleeve. Overall, I give Apex 2 a 4 out of 5. Thank you all for watching, and I am Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon. Or even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get access to body counts and other music videos that you cannot get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction. Monetary support, if you want to support the channel through PayPal at horrorshow37@gmail.com, I'd greatly appreciate that too. But if you don't want to support me with any money, just hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And as always, subscribe.